happened, Moses going for a couple of days, we corrupted ourselves by making up other images. And we'll go into that later, and you'll see what some of those images are today. The wood and the stone, that's part of the curses that we still worship today, by having a cross on, by having the pictures of Christ that looks nothing like him in the scriptures, that the bow down of the Virgin Mary. All these rituals and everything, where it came from, and why the Lord cursed us. And we still do a lot of this stuff to the day, ignorant. Keep going.
They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel.
And they said, This be our God, O Israel. Matter of fact, drop that and go to Daniel 9 and 11. These are some of the things that we have to identify with, so we can see who we are according to the Bible. And we're going to get into some of these curses, because these are all the things that Israel done throughout, and the Lord cursed them. It's going to lead us all back to Deuteronomy 28. But these are some of the things that we done, and the Lord had to curse us, man, had to base us, had to bring us down to a low standard. Because when he set us up, we totally went against the law, statutes, and commandments from the Lord. Chapter and verse.
Daniel chapter 9 verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they may not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured out upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, thy servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
The law that was written in Moses that we just was reading about, the whole Israel is cursed. All 12 tribes is cursed. And this is why we out here, man, to show you. Go to Deuteronomy 28 now, 28 and 1, to show you that we did things that wasn't right with the Lord, and that's why we in this state that we are today. Hold on, bro, check this out. Free DVD. I don't want nothing to hand you DVD. Free DVD. All right, go get your money, bro. Get your money. You got 28 and 1.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all of his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So the Lord said, I'm going to set you above high of all nations on the earth. Peace, God bless you. You go, bro. Hold on, take a DVD. Free DVD, bro. Y'all, God bless you. Keep you up. Read that again, I'm sorry.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So this, if we would have done what we supposed to, instead of these different laws we read out that we broke, he would have set us on high above all nations of the earth. Keep going.
And all these blessings shall come on thee, overtake thee. It shall hearken unto the voice of thy, if thou wilt hearken to the voice of thy Lord and thy God. Blessed shall thy be in the city, blessed shall thy be in the field, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of the ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be the basket in thy store.
Blessed be the basket in your store. I want to stop right there, because that basket represents your wallet. That's why you can honestly just take that scripture, one of those scriptures right there, and look and say, hold up. If we just read all that we transgress against the Lord, and if certain people were from the 12 tribe and really was under this curse, why they basket is not cursed? Why do they give us all the money? Why do they lend us all the money? Huh? Why do they own majority of America and surrounding countries? That goes to show you there. Now go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. You got it?
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all of his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all the curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So all the curses are going to come upon thee and overtake thee. Now we done read in Daniel later on in the Bible that the whole, matter of fact, go back to that whole that and go to Daniel 9 and 11. So we can understand that through the scriptures it tells you that we did not do what we were supposed to do, and Israel is cursed. Israel is being judged, partially being judged for the sins that they've done. You got it?
Daniel chapter 9 verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured out upon us in the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
That link is right back up. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. That link is right back up to the laws, Moses' laws, which is in Deuteronomy, Exodus, and Leviticus. Linking us right back up to Moses' writing and what we done when we accepted the blessings from the Lord, and then when we transgressed and did wrong. You got something? Oh, go 19:6. Bring anything you got. Bring it. We want to show you, bro. Do you know, according to this Bible, who you is, bro? Yeah. Who are you? Huh? Come here. You African? What part of Africa you from? Liberia? Come here for a second. Let me talk to you. You mind? You from Liberia? Do you know a good part of the slaves got sent back from Liberia when they freed slavery in America? So, come here. So it's not even saying it. Huh? Yeah. There you go. Check that out. But let's let you know, the slaves at that time, when they knew they was Israel and they started the Israel church in 1855, they sent them, if I'm not mistaken on the date, they sent them back to Liberia because they knew who they were. So okay? So check that out, man. Alright. What you got? Alright, bring it in, link it in.
This was another, we're going back to Exodus chapter 19 and we're going to go back to 19 and 8. And we just got finished reading Daniel chapter 19 and 11, where the people, he said that all these curses have come upon us because we have not obeyed the voice of the word that Moses had spoken to him. And this is what Moses had spoken to him. We're going to go back and revisit Exodus 19 and 7, 19 and 8. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words back unto the Lord. And if we go back over to Daniel 9:11, it says, yea, all of Israel has transgressed. Yea, all of Israel has transgressed the law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured out upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, thy servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
Because we have sinned against him. Just what the brother was doing, go, you break it down, go ahead. Was just linking up how it was written in Daniel's, and it was written in Deuteronomy, and Daniel's prophesied that the whole Israel has transgressed against the laws Moses gave us. And this is part of the reason we came over here in cargo slave ships, man. This part of the reason. This is part of the reason you don't know your history. This is part of the reason we're taught we're African American. But if you're African American, what you the whole continent of Africa? What part are you from? Are you from Niger or Nigeria or Sierra Leone? Where are we from? This is why to this day we don't even understand where we're from in history. Our history is deeper than just Martin Luther King or Harriet Tubman. We're deeper than just 100 years. So then we get caught up in a whole bunch of different beliefs of trying to find out who we are. When it's all written in the same book, they slid us in slavery and wouldn't let us read. See, people said they gave you the book in slavery. No, they ain't give us the book. They gave us a doctrine and wouldn't let us read it. So we couldn't even read it. So by the time we learned how to read it, we were so programmed of doing things that's custom, we didn't stop to identify what the words even said in the book. And you see that today, because people go to church, but then they dress their kids up for Halloween. Now if you conscious, you know Halloween is a devil holiday, why would you have your kids celebrate it and then go to church on Sunday? Because we get caught up in the customs. And this is what happened. This is why they gave us the Bible Bible in slavery, but didn't let us read it for another 100 years and gave us a bunch of customs. So now, when you get caught up in a custom, you don't even honestly pay attention to the black and white letters, man.